What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Boy John 25, and tonight I'm going to do my WWE Raw review and highlights. You guys know, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Now, WWE Raw itself was just garbage. It was just garbage. WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon comes out to the stage. She honored the preside over the final night of the 2020 WWE Draft, which will feature surprises, twists, and turns. The Fiend Bray Wyatt drafted by Raw. I already knew that. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley drafted to SmackDown. We already know that too. Randy Orton drafted by Raw. Raw Tag Team Champions The Street Profits drafted by SmackDown. Charlotte Flair drafted by Raw. Alright, so the Fiend is on Raw, Bayley on SmackDown, Randy Orton on Raw, Street Profits on SmackDown, and Charlotte Flair on Raw. No disqualification match. Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens. This match was fantastic. This was a good match. And it says the winner of the match by pinfall, Kevin Owens. This match was fantastic. Alright, let's move on. Then Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke will be on Miz TV with Raw newest stars The Miz and John Morrison next. Commercial break. Stephanie McMahon is back for round 2 for the WWE Draft. Braun Strowman drafted by Raw. Daniel Bryan drafted by SmackDown. Matt Riddle drafted by Raw. Kevin Owens drafted by SmackDown. Jeff Hardy drafted by Raw. Alright, that's draft round 2. Alright. This segment, The Miz and John Morrison, this is god awful. I ain't really care, but I'm gonna read it anyway. The Miz and John Morrison are out in the ring. They talk about being the newest stars on Raw and introduce themselves with their new nicknames. They make fun of the broken up tag teams like the New Day and Heavy Machinery. The Miz insulted that he's responsible for Heavy Machinery's breaking up because of his connections with the USA Network. He then introduced Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke make their way to the ring. Miz says he doesn't want to make this show all about them, thanking him for the opportunity. Mandy says moving her to Raw was petty and done to punish Otis. The Miz is ruining people's lives. Miz says she has the music and a new partner. She's happy. She's winning. Mandy should be thanking Miz. Mandy says she'd rather slap him in the face. Miz asked Dana Brooke if she really wants to be friends with Mandy. Mandy was friends with Sonya Deville for years before kicking her to the curb for Otis. Dana says there is no jealousy here like there was with Sonya. The Miz mentions they're in a dual brand battle royal. Alright, where only one woman will face Asuka for the Raw Women's title. That's gotta be awkward. Mandy says the only thing that's awkward is being in the same brand as the Miz as far as the battle royal is concerned. May the best woman win. Okay. Natalya and Lana comes out of the ring. Lana is confused as to why Miz and Morrison are interviewing these two blondes when she has the wingest and best of all time. Natalya, if you want drama, Lana is the one to talk to. She's the one with 2 ex-husbands and ex-girlfriends. Natalya says there's in a battle royal and no one wanted to interview them. This could be their last night on Raw. Dana says they should do the TikTok dance. Mandy says if they did less TikTok and more training, maybe Lana could win a match. All 4 women start brawling. Mandy quickly knocks Lana out of the ring. Dana beats Natalya out of the ring. So Mandy Rose was speaking nothing but facts on Raw. It's nothing but facts. Alright. The Miz and John Morrison are still in the ring. Miz says he has a plan B after his original guest brawled and went to prepare for a tag match. His next guest is John Morrison. Morrison starts to talk, but Lars Sullivan interrupts him. Sullivan charges down to the ring and Miz quickly gets out, leaving Morrison high and dry. Morrison kicks Sullivan back into the ropes, but Sullivan immediately rebounds with a clothesline. Sullivan tosses him. Miz goes to grab Morrison, but he backs up with fear in Sullivan. Sullivan throws Morrison before giving him the freak accident. Sullivan stands tall over Morrison, and Morrison asks Miz looks on in terror. Alright. This segment I really want to talk about. I was itching for this segment. Replays are showing up as Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston winning the SmackDown Tag Team Champions as this past Friday on SmackDown. Woods and Kingston were then immediately drafted to Raw, and Big E was drafted to SmackDown. WWE official Adam Pearce is backstage with Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, who are now on SmackDown, and then the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the New Day, who are now on Raw. Pearce says they should do a simple title exchange. The two teams agree to switch titles. The New Day are now the Raw Tag Team Champions, and the Street Profits are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So you mean to tell me that through this entire time you could have merged the tag team division? WWE has to do one jump only, and that's merge the tag team division. But they didn't do that. They just swapped the tag team champions. That segment right there was just god awful. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode walk up. They are angry that the Street Profits are running to SmackDown before they can get what they want. The New Day then taunts them. They face Roode and Ziggler in a tag match tonight. Alright. Seth Rollins is walking backstage. He's giving a farewell address on Raw next. Commercial break. Stephanie is out on the stage and she announced that the Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day, will defend their titles tonight against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. Retribution drafted by Raw. Lars Sullivan drafted by SmackDown. Keith Lee drafted by Raw. King Corbin drafted by SmackDown. Alexa Bliss drafted by Raw. I would rather have Keith Lee drafted to SmackDown instead of Raw, because y'all not doing nothing with him. Alright, that's draft round 3. Draft round number 3. Alright, let's move on. So we get a triple threat match. Seth Rollins versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles. This triple threat match was fantastic. This was a good triple threat match. It says the winner by pinfall, AJ Styles. And I was happy by Elias returning to Monday Night Raw. Elias is back on Monday Night Raw. I'm very happy about it. Stephanie McMahon is backstage. More draft picks next. Commercial break. Stephanie McMahon is back on the stage. Elias drafted to Raw. WWE Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn drafted to SmackDown. Lacey Evans drafted to Raw. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura drafted to SmackDown. And Sheamus is drafted to Raw. That was a good move by WWE. Sheamus is drafted to Raw. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Lana. This tag team match was god awful. I didn't really care about this match. The winner of the match, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, didn't even care about this match. Alright, let's move on. Angel Garza versus Andrade. This match was decent. The winner by pinfall, Angel Garza. Alright. Zelina Vega checks on Andrade in the ring. Lights go out. The Fiend is here. The red lights came on, and Alexa Bliss has her back in the corner. The Fiend appears behind Andrade and Vega. The Fiend grabs Andrade while Bliss grabs Vega. They hit Simone's sister Abigail slam, and they look at each other. Alright. So Stephanie McMahon is back for another round of the WWE. Round of the 2020 WWE draft. Nikki Cross drafted to Raw. Ziggler and Robert Roode drafted to SmackDown. The WWE 24/7 champion R-Truth drafted to Raw. Apollo Crews drafted to SmackDown. That was a good choice. That was a good choice by WWE. Daba Kato drafted to Raw. Draft round number 5. Alright. Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. This was a decent tag team match. This was decent. The winner by pinfall and still Raw Tag Team Champions, The New Day. Alright. Let's move on. Okay, Cedra Alexander versus Ricochet. The Hurt Business. Okay, Cedra Alexander with the Hurt Business versus Ricochet. This was decent, but Ricochet won by disqualification. Alright. Then we move on. A dual brand women's battle royal is coming up. Commercial break. Video package. Keith Lee and Braun Strowman had a wild brawl. Keith Lee will battle Braun Strowman on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw next week, which is I Don't Care. Stephanie McMahon is back for the final round of the 2020 WWE Draft. Titus O'Neil drafted by Raw. Don't Care. Carmella drafted by SmackDown. Peyton Royce drafted by Raw. Aleister Black drafted by SmackDown. Akira Tozawa drafted by Raw. Alright. Raw Women's Champion Asuka makes her way to ringside. She'll be on commentary for the next match. Number one contenders dual branded Women's Battle Royal. Participants: the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Nia Jax, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Shayna Baszler, Billie Kay, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Natalya Lana, Lacey Evans, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Ruby Riott, and Peyton Royce. This battle royal did not make no sense. This battle royal was god awful. It says the winner of the match, Lana. The outcome was terrible. So you're gonna have Lana win the battle royal and have Lana lose to Asuka next week? I wouldn't be shocked, because I already know Lana's not gonna win the Raw Women's Champion. So that's it. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton brawl to ringside. Orton uppercuts McIntyre and kicks him. They continue brawling until the referee producer separate them. Okay, so that's all I gotta say. Monday Night Raw goes up the air. This show itself was just terrible show. But anyway, I'm officially back on YouTube, so I'm happy about that. So if you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Big Boy John 25, and I'm out of here.